Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you all are enjoying your Friday and getting ready, get your stuff done for the weekend, because the weekend is here, y'all. It is here, and I'm excited about it because some time to hang out, chill, be around people I love, be around all kinds of activities. You know what I'm saying? I got an action-packed weekend. I don't know about you guys, but it seems like the more adult you become, the busier you become as well. You know what I'm saying? At least in my world. Maybe not in everybody else's world. Maybe you guys are blessed enough to have that weekend where you just have nothing to do. Like you just get to chill. You know what I'm saying? Those are always really, really fun. Wouldn't you agree? I think so. When you get to just sit around, eat a bunch of donuts. Happy National Donut Day, by the way. All right. So if you have them, eat them, because they're like my favorite thing in the world. I don't have any right now with me. I'm upset. I'm really upset about that. Okay. But of course, if I had them, I'd be smashing them right now during this show. I ain't gonna lie. I am a big fan of the donuts. So happy National Donut Day. I probably will be picking up a couple donuts a little bit later to treat myself. It's been a good week, okay? Solid week of hard work. You know what I'm saying? I think I deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I've been back at the gym, getting my fitness on, you know what I mean? Getting my swole on. It feels good to get back into it. So you know what? Dag nabbing, I want to get myself known when I get this show over with. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Oh, BX Beefy. Oh, you are sweet. I really do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You really should be saying that. You really should be saying that to David, but I'm just gonna go with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll take it. I'll gladly take it with absolute pride. David's in the house. What's up, man?
Everything's good. Probably get some donuts after this too. Now that you brought it up, you make it sound too good.
But now Zozo Bob has the audacity to call me the COP. How dare you? How dare you, Zozo Bob?
Donuts are bigger than the police.
Woo! Shoot, man. COP. Cops. Shoot. What's that song? Bad boys, what you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, somebody in here was just saying something. Hello from Germany, Miss Sunshine. Hello from Germany. Thank you so much for watching this show and taking the time to watch this show. Okay. I enjoyed Catcher. I really do appreciate you. Wishing you could get me some donuts. All right, because like I said, they're like my favorite thing, one of my favorite things in the world. Not gonna lie. All right, but anyway, we got to get into some stories because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So before we get into everything, of course, hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way the F up. Okay, that'll be greatly appreciated. And of course, hit that subscribe button. And also, if you're interested, please join my Patreon. Hit that Patreon. Or if you just want to help, support the channel, support the show, you can hit that join button down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. There's a lot of really cool things on that end as well. Miss Sunshine, I really do appreciate you loving the show. And we love you. Real talk. We love you. Well, real quick, we do already have a super chat, which I'm going to read here really, really quick. Let me kill this music. You know what I mean? Do this in the nicest way possible. The smoothest way possible. Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really do appreciate it. He says, I want to thank you and David for all of your advice you gave a young up and coming content creator. Thank you. Hey, Uncle Stu, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for this $5 super chat. Every little bit helps this channel continue to grow. Okay, seriously, we are growing in a beautiful way, and I'm excited about that. You know, we've been continuously expanding and doing more and more with this channel or on this channel, and it has been a real blessing to meet new faces like Miss Sunshine from Germany, or Mr. Stu, or Uncle Stu, I'm sorry, as well, and everybody else who's a new face and a new name that has been on checking out this show and being a part of this conversation. Now, we have got to get into this piece because here it is. We got a couple things. It's kind of like a weird roller coaster ride of a smattering of different things. All right. So we're going to mix it up. It's kind of a little bit of a jambalaya type of feel. All right. Still spicy as hell, but a whole gang of different things that we're going to be talking about. And we got a little bit of something funny to laugh at a little bit later on in the show. You know, love that chicken from Popeyes. We're going to be looking at something very, very messed up in a little bit to lighten up the mood, to send us off into a good weekend with a little chuckle. But we do have to talk about this one thing about the disappearance of Summer Wells. Now, the thing is this is something that's still brand new to me. I've been hearing about this Summer Wells story. I've just been hearing the name Summer Wells. But the thing is that I don't really know much about it. So I figured, why not go through it together as a family? As a family, you know, Vin Diesel, you know, family. So I figured, why not do it as a family, and go through this and check this out. People have been talking to me about this. I've been getting DMs and emails and all that saying, hey, you should cover this story, because apparently this is a story that's still ongoing. This is a young 5-year-old girl, if I'm correct, 5-year-old girl that has been missing since June. And still, we're still out here. People are still out here in these wilderness streets trying to find this little girl. So I figured might as well pull this up, talk about this, and see what the heck is going on. Now, the thing is this is from November 2nd. So this is still a story. Still to this day, this story is still fresh. It's still hot. People are still talking about this, right? And I keep wondering, I said it a couple shows ago, how does one stay in the forefront of a story? How does one win the lottery ticket, right? Because there's a lot of other kids that are missing out here that are not getting the press, like Summer Wells or like Chloe Smith, or Cleo Smith, I'm sorry, and the like. You see what I'm saying? But this is a story that everyone's still wondering where this 5-year-old girl is. So let's get into it, shall we? So, where is Summer? So it says 7 chilling details in case of missing Summer Wells. From 5-year-old's shaved hair to brother's removal from home. So we're going to go through this. A 5-year-old girl who vanished. And I do have some other video clips that kind of from the very beginning of this case, news clips and all that. So we are going to get into that and look into that as well. So please do me that small favor, hit that like button down below, send those likes all the way up. All right. I'd love to see it go past 100 likes if that's possible. That would mean the world to me. And please crush that subscribe button. All right. Nuke it, destroy it, etc. All right. That would mean a lot. All right. So a 5-year-old girl who vanished from her family's Tennessee home in June has still not been found nearly 5 months later, as mystery continues to surround the case. Summer Moon Utah Wells was last seen on June 15th outside her family's home in Hawkins County Beach Creek community. So this is obviously Summer Wells, 5-year-old girl. I'm assuming this is a holiday photo, so she must be really excited about getting some Christmas gifts. Just the excitement. Here is her dad. All right. Summer's dad is Donald Wells. So Summer had been in the front yard planting flowers with her mother and grandmother at the time. Her father, Donald, previously said. At some point around 6:30, Summer ventured back inside the home on her own because she wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys, he said. I went down to the basement and she was gone. So we went out the basement, or so she went out the basement door, which was unlocked. Excuse me. And we haven't seen her since, Donald Wells says. An Amber Alert was issued for Summer the following day after being upgraded from an endangered child alert. Very few updates on the case have been shared by police since, and investigators have not shared any concrete theories about what may have happened to the young girl. Donald has previously said that the family believes she was abducted, despite officials saying there is no evidence to support his claims. So, what are you going to say, David?
I was saying, yeah, we'll get into that part a little more later, though.
Which part? I'm sorry.
The part where they don't believe his claims. We have a video for that. That's the true crimes one. That's pretty much what the prosecutor talks about.
So, yeah, okay. So, he had previously said that the family believes that she was abducted, despite the officials saying there is no evidence to support his claims. So, there's no evidence to show that this child was actually abducted, y'all. All right. That's at least what the officials, what the law enforcement are saying. Okay. So, abduction claims. So she would never leave our hill, he said in late June. I think that someone snuck up, excuse me, on her and grabbed her. I don't think she's in the area because the dog goes down the road and that's the end of the trail. But I don't know that for a fact. The way that she just disappeared, she would never do that, he added. We know that there are people praying all around the world, praying for her safe return. So many people love her. In a recent interview with WVLT, Donald elaborated further on this theory, insisting someone came through a wooded trail near the family's home and took the girl when nobody was watching. Okay, so he's adding more to his stuff. Instead of just being like, hey, I went down to the basement, she was gone. The back door of the basement was open. Now he's adding even more stuff into it. Okay. Like I said, I don't know much about this story, right? I'm cold reading the hell out of this story right now as we speak. But even my mind is going, seems a little fishy to me. But we're going to continue here. We don't know if someone was waiting in the basement or if she come outside here and went to the swing or possibly back up there to grandma's. We don't know, he said. All we know is that she went down to the basement. That's the only thing we know, to play with her toys. Donald added that the family's basement door was typically left open or unlocked. Okay. The boys a lot of times would leave this unlocked and wide open a bunch of times, and we'd get on them a lot and tell them you can't do that. Like, what were you raised in a barn? But close the damn back door. But we'd always find it open a bunch of times. We tried to control that, but we can't control that 100% of the time, he continued. Donald told the network that from there, he believes Summer was carried down a steep and rugged trail just a few feet away from the house. At the time of her disappearance, Donald said he was at work. His sons were inside the home, and his wife and mother-in-law were outside facing away from the basement door. Well, I think whoever grabbed her probably had her mouth covered, and I think she was gasping for air by the time she got somewhere down here, because our neighbor heard a scream, a really funny scream, and she's been telling us that all along, he said. So, that's interesting, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, if you're a father and just to be on the side of maybe the parents have nothing to do with this, like Candace, which is Summer's mother, and Donald, which is Summer's father. Maybe let's just play the side of maybe we don't have anything. Maybe they don't have anything to do with this. Every parent or every person that loses a loved one is going to dress up scenarios, right? They're going to get into detail. Of course, if you're sitting here for the past 4 or 5 months, right, wondering where the heck your daughter is, your loved one is, yeah, you're going to come up with all kinds of scenarios for sure. So I'm not instantly going, oh, did they do it? Nah, I'm not doing that right now. But a part of me is like, well, the adding more details to something doesn't help. Just give us the facts. If it's not a fact, then don't give us that detail. Does that make sense? It's like I went downstairs, the back door was unlocked, she was gone. I don't know anything else. You see what I'm saying? But when you go and you're telling the story and you're adding more to it, it does seem a little fishy, don't you think? Doesn't it? I mean, you can say, here's my theory, here's my thought, here's my theory, but you see what I'm saying?
I mean, he's coming in with a full story, and he's describing things that he literally could not have seen. So it does, to me, seem like he is trying to create a story to cover something.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my suspicions, but I'll get to those parts later.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. So the father of 4 said search dogs previously picked up Summer's scent on a trail, but lost it near the road. He said he believes someone put his daughter in a car and drove off. Candace Bly, Summer's mother, appeared to share Donald's theory, telling Fox 8, she feels in her heart that someone has come up here and took her, has lured her away from here. Whoever has my daughter, I pray they haven't harmed her. They and bring her back. Okay, sure. They and bring her back to a safe and sound, she pleaded. Multiple local law enforcement agencies spent hours searching the trail and surroundings of the Wells family home, but yielded few leads. Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson confirmed last month that dogs had a pretty good trail that tracked for a little while, but then it disappeared. Sometimes canines will lose the scent when it changes different types. Where they maybe went from gravel to pavement, he explained. Lawson, however, added that Donald's claim that a neighbor heard a scream was unfounded. All right. And of course, wow.
So they made that up.
Papa was arrested too. Sorry. Say that again.
Yeah. So I was going to say, as far as the screaming goes, they claimed that someone heard a screaming, but the police asked every neighbor, and no one reported that. And to be honest, hearing like an animal scream in the woods wouldn't even be that rare, but still, nobody reported hearing such a scream.
Yeah, this is very weird. But he was actually arrested recently, actually, for a DUI. Donald Papa Wells. Okay, just so you know, there he is, mugshot. Okay, and I get it; it's tough. I bet they're dealing with some serious ish, and maybe he's turning to the bottle right now because he's so stressed out for whatever reason. It could be because of what he knows. It could be for what he doesn't know, right? A lot of people, you've seen it on the show, have been overwrought with either frustration, regret, guilt, right? Wanting to know where their loved one is that has disappeared. This could very well be that thing. There she is again. So they say Summer's hair was cut off shortly before she vanished. Okay. Hair cut off. Shortly before Summer's disappearance, her previously chin length blonde hair was buzzed down to a close crop. Interesting. Maybe lice? Okay. Maybe. I mean, that could be it too. In the hours after she vanished, police shared a picture of her with long hair, describing she was 3 feet tall, weighing 40 pounds, and with blue eyes. Then, in a later alert, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, TBI, tweeted, missing 5-year-old Summer Wells may now have shorter hair than that pictured in our earlier alerts. Here are new images we've obtained that may be more representative of her current hair length. Summer's parents have never said how soon before her disappearance was her hair cut off. Family photos showed that her 3 brothers all have short cropped hair as well. I mean, you know, to me, this is just I think she got her hair cut off because she might have had lice. Let's just keep it straight funky. She might have had lice, you know?
It's possible.
I mean,
especially since it seems like they weren't living in a very, it seems like they weren't living in the not healthiest, but cleanest house, I suppose.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I look at that and I'm like, maybe that could be it. You know, I don't know what kind of, I don't know what kind of area that they live in, type of deal. I don't know the area, right? They could be living in a double wide. They could be living in the most lavish home in the world. I don't know, right? But
from what I've seen,
especially as a little girl, especially as a kid, lice hops around like crazy. So maybe her hair was buzzed off because of that. You know what I'm saying? And yes, Zozo Bob, people still get lice. Real talk. Those kids still get lice. And you could be like I said, you could be in the cleanest home in the world. You go to school, you know what I'm saying? Or you go to some daycare or some sort of thing like that. That could happen as well. The kids get lice all the time. What were you gonna say, David?
It does look like they live directly, near the woods or in the woods. Maybe I was just seeing the photos of their location, not the whole surrounding, but it does look like they're directly in the woods. So things like ticks and lice are I would think reasonable in a situation like that or a location like that. Especially like I said. All the photos aren't the cleanest house. I mean, I'm not saying it looks like it's destitute, but it's not the cleanest, and that will aid into getting lice and stuff like that if they aren't checking every day, I suppose.
Yep. Like I said, I mean, but if they were living, as you were saying, maybe they're not living in the cleanest of environments, type of thing. That can happen as well. Lice still happens. Lice happens, y'all. Summer's brothers were removed from home. So Summer's 3 young brothers were removed from the Wells family home 6 weeks after her disappearance. It came after Donald claimed that his house was a dangerous place to be amid a slew of threats being made against him and Candace, which in turn reportedly drove him to start drinking heavily. Hence the reason why he was caught with a DUI just a little bit ago. It looks like it says Saturday. So this article was written on the 2nd. So this past Saturday. Wow. So he was Halloween. He got pulled over. He got arrested. No, not Halloween. The night before Halloween. I'm sorry. The night before Halloween, he got pulled over for a DUI. Okay. So, and right now everybody's attacking us and all this stuff is going on. It's probably better for them. He said on a podcast, he was on they out here apparently getting these interviews in. Donald was has also reportedly said that a lot of people were coming to him and accusing him of various things regarding the disappearance of his daughter. I believe that stuff he said. Like an idiot, I believed it. I flipped out, started drinking and everything else. And that's why they took our kids. So he's not been healthy of sound mind and body right now. And I don't blame him. If your child is gone, and everybody and their mama is sitting there assuming you doing some dirty, that you were involved with her disappearance, I could see somebody being overwrought with guilt. I could see him being torn emotionally about this, mentally and emotionally, right? Next thing you know, you turn into the bottle. But I do think that you got to be strong. In times like this, you have to be strong. You step away from the bottle. You lean more on your support system, your friends, your family, the people that believe in you, the people that believe you. You trust into them. You lean into them and let them have your back when you feel the weakest. This is the time to do it. Not, oh, let me turn to that bottle of Jack real quick. That's a very, very bad idea. All right. But he's clearly doing that right now. So let's get into this part right quick, because we do have some video clips, some news clips and all that I want to show you guys that kind of expand on these stories. And we do have an interview from both Candace and Donald, one of their first interviews ever, that I want to look at as well. Like I said, this story has been growing and has been expanding for over 4 or 5 months now. So there has been a lot of coverage, but I'm trying to give you guys like the meat and potatoes right now. Okay. So lie detector test. Donald Wells and Candace both previously claimed to have taken and passed the lie detector test in relation to Summer's disappearance. Candace reportedly took the test. See these typos, man. Damn. Candace reportedly took the test at a district attorney's office on June 20th, 5 days after her Summer's disappearance. Donald, meanwhile, claims to have successfully completed a polygraph on the 17th of June. He told social media that both he and Candace had been asked to do a test sooner, but the pair were reportedly too emotional to go through with it. I don't blame them. All right. And so this is her right here. I guess this is a more up-to-date photo of her with the short hair, what she would possibly look like at the time, because obviously it's been months later now, so her hair is probably grown a little bit, right? There they are together, father and daughter. At first, I didn't go to sleep for 2 days. I couldn't sleep for 2 days. It was the worst misery and pain I've ever felt in my life, he said. I wasn't able to take a lie detector test. They made me wait a little bit, but when I did, I passed. They made Candace wait 5 days longer to take hers. She just wasn't able to. She tried and she wasn't able to. People are saying we failed and we took another test. That's not the case. So when we did take them, we both passed. When this theory of his, when asked of his theory about what happened to Summer had changed, Donald said, no, she's been abducted in my mind, 100%. I know Candace wouldn't lie to me about any of those facts. She has no reason to, and she wouldn't lie. So this is crazy. All right. Now, obviously, there's that theory that people are saying that this little girl is no longer here. She is probably dead. And there is that strong possibility. But remember what just happened with Cleo Smith, right? She was found playing dolls. And I know it's only weeks later, right? She was only gone for 18 days. She was only missing for 18 days, but they still found that little girl alive. So I always say, keep hope alive, right? Keep it in your heart that she is still there until you find something until you find some evidence, until you find a body that matches her, right? At least that's what I say, right? I keep the hope in my heart until told otherwise, right? But we're going to move down here. Donald Wells arrested for a DUI on Saturday night. Donald was arrested on suspicions of driving under the influence near his home in Hawkins County. Donald is facing multiple of other charges, including having an open container, violation of financial responsibility, and others. Wow. His charge of financial responsibility, which is what I was about to say. What's up with him with financial stuff? May have stemmed from driving without insurance. Okay, according to the network, as Tennessee law requires drivers to provide evidence that they can pay for repairs or damages after certain charges or accidents. Donald was also charged with improper lane usage. Under state law, it is required that a vehicle shall be driven as nearly as practicable. What?
Practicable, I guess.
Practicable. Wow, that's a new word for me. Entirely within a single lane and shall not be moved from that lane until the driver has first ascertained that movement can be made with safety. He was initially held on a $5,750 bond, but was released just after 7:30 a.m. on Sunday. County records show no other details regarding his arrest have been released. Now, the thing is like, all right, I keep saying like he is he's hurting. He's clearly hurting. And here it is. I mean, the theories are going to be coming out. The theories are going to be coming out right now. And I'm just going to say right now, maybe he knows something. Maybe he had a hand at her disappearing. Maybe he has no clue. But the town is going to sit there and think what they're going to think. And I think about this too. Regardless if they are on your side or not, right? Regardless if they have your back or no, the town, you are always going to be walking into the local supermarket, watering holes, the church, any public place where they're still going to give you that look like, oh, he's the guy who lost his daughter. They're still going to give you that look. You see what I'm saying? No matter how hard you try to avoid that, you're still going to get those looks. You're still going to see people's opinions on their faces, right? Whether they're with you 100%. But there's always going to be the opposing side that's going to sit there and go, where the heck did she go? Why ain't she here, yo? You're telling us that you're telling us that she's here, or you're telling us that she was taken, but your story keeps changing, or you keep adding more to the story instead of actually telling us the full truth and just sticking to one solid story, right? I'm just saying, I could see somebody being so messed up. And if this person has a history of drinking, right? A history of alcohol abuse, and they're so stressed out, bang, you're going to be sitting there. If you have a drinking issue and you're stressed, this could trigger you without a shadow of a doubt. All right. David, what were we going to say about some theories before I throw up some of these news clips?
Yeah. So, so like you said, this is a complicated situation. The main thing is that for the most part, there is absolutely no evidence from the point of the alleged abduction until now, really. And of course, a lot of people are saying that he's faking this. And we have the second clip that we're going to play is from a previous prosecutor who works on a true crime sort of thing that we'll talk about that. Somebody mentioned Benet Ramsey. He discusses that. So I'm going to let him talk about that instead of, because he's an actual previous prosecutor. He knows better about that. But as far as what I'm seeing, it's definitely possible it is faked. But at the same time, we are seeing people jump on a lot of things. Like, for instance, I've seen people say that his or her hair was cut so that she could be sold without people knowing as well. But that's speculation. It is. We don't know why her hair was cut. Not really. We know what the parents said. Well, actually, we don't know. The parents didn't give us a reason. We came up, I guess, with the lice thing on our own, though it does make sense, I think, in this instance. especially with all the other circumstances we see of their growth. But like Pascal said, at least the father is not handling, and I understand why. I mean, I don't blame him. He's not handling this with a lot of maturity, so that's going to create more suspicion. Even though I think, driving drunk and looking for cigarettes does actually seem like the kind of thing somebody would do that's torn up in a situation like this. At the same time, the
Right.
details he gives out are so precise and specific that either he's just, and it's possible his imagination is just hyperactive and he's trying to come up with any solution he can think of. But at the same time, normally when you see people come up with that many details of a case that they did not actually see happening in any way, a lot of times they're the ones that committed the crime.
Yeah.
And he is right in the sense that most likely, unfortunately, she is dead. And in the same circumstance, most likely he's the perpetrator. That doesn't mean that she's dead, and that doesn't mean that he's the one that did it. But based on what we've seen before, that is the most likely case. And given any lack of other evidence, I think that is what the police in the community, or at least the police, I don't know about the actual people in the community, but the police in the community seem to be considering him to be very shady at this point and are looking into that. Though they did hide, reasonably so, I think. They hid the issue of child protection services that is coming involved because of specifically of that drunk driving, because child protection services is now involved because of that, and they're going to be hiding that part of what they do with the boys, which makes sense to a degree. I imagine if anything is actually too severe, they probably will release that court gag order. But for now, we won't hear about the other children, and that's specifically because they don't want to contaminate people to thinking that any child protection services now are due to previous ill behavior, when it's mostly tied to the fact he was driving drunk without an insurance and buying cigarettes. And the cigarettes part's not a big deal, but driving without insurance and driving drunk is the kind of thing that child protection services will take a great notice of.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to what he was doing, it doesn't make or break the case, right? Him getting arrested does not make it seem like he's guilty. It could be both sides, right? It could be him being guilty, him feeling guilty for what he knows, maybe. But then also at the same time, it could also be him just frustrated, depressed, upset, trying to find out where his daughter is. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot to play on that. You can play both sides of the fence on his DUI arrest. It is a very, when you see it in okay. We're gonna get into this. We gotta, because I got opinions, obviously, but I want to pull out everything, get it all out here on the table so that we can hear it, watch it, talk about it, and go from there. And then this particular one, we got a little clip. We got a couple clips from News Nation. They just did this a few days ago, kind of like a recap of this whole situation of Summer Wells. And the main thing we're going to start off with is, where is Summer Wells? So let's go with it. Shout out to News Nation.
We want to get to a case now that's getting a lot of attention. 5-year-old Summer Wells vanished without a trace 5 months ago from her rural Northeast Tennessee home. There are few developments in the investigation into her disappearance. The family says Summer's mom and grandmother were gardening with the little girl when she went inside the family home, and they never saw her again. The community has come together to search for her and raise money for a reward in the case, and still no sign of Summer, still no answers. And police say this case is not like the others.
Within a couple of days, we have a tip or a lead or have an idea if they've been abducted, if they may be left into the woods. Somebody saw something that leads us, hopefully, to get an answer to where the child went, or if they were taken. We're going to have some tip or lead. And that is the frustrating part for law enforcement in this case and for the public.
But her father is making news. Arrested this weekend on a DUI and now facing another charge of violating probation, maybe a distraction from his missing daughter's case more than anything else. The family issued a statement following his arrest saying, "Thank you everyone for the kind messages. There are no words to what each day and night is like. We needed cigarettes. It was a stupid decision. Please keep us in prayer. Keep Dawn. This pain won't go away. Thank you." News Nation reporter Ansley Daniel with WJHL and
Sorry, I'm gonna roll that back a second. So he was drinking at home with Candace. It sounds like. I'm gonna roll that back. I'm sorry. So stupid. It's like the stupidest thing you can do, though.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sorry. You got the world looking at you. You got the world watching your ass. Every move you make is going to be judged. Next thing you know, you are arrested for a DUI. And like I said, a part of me understands the frustration and the pain that these people are probably feeling. But at the same time, when everybody's suspecting, when you got, let's just say 50% of the world that has been covering or watching this whole thing unfold, thinking that you are guilty, that you had your hand in her disappearance, this only confirms their feelings. Doesn't matter. We can sit here and go, yeah, she's he's just overwrought with guilt and he's so frustrated and he's depressed and all that. Fine. There's that part. But there's the other part of all these internet sleuths and these digital detectives that are watching this stuff that are literally going, come on now. You know for a fact they did something to that kid. You know why she's missing. They know exactly where the whereabouts of this little girl is. And then they go and they get drunk at home and he has to get into his car. He's that dumb to get in his car to go get cigarettes. And that's justified. You see what I'm saying? Sorry, I said I was going to hold my opinions to myself for a second. I had to get it out of my system. I'm just sitting there going like, is that what the comment, the statement was? Thank you for your support. We had to go get cigarettes. You idiot.
Yeah, they're idiots. I do see it as possible, though. I mean, especially if he's drunk the whole time. It's not an excuse. Being drunk's never an excuse, but it is a reason for, or at least a contributing reason why he decided that it was a good idea to go out and get cigarettes like that.
Yeah.
But I do see that as being feasible in the case of somebody that's in a self-destructive cycle that is either guilty or is feeling guilty because they didn't protect their child.
True.
One way or the other.
And that's true. They're going to be in a self-destructive downward spiral. And I'm sure they're enabling each other. I'm sure that's all they're doing is, drinking excessively and just chain smoking right now. Because let's be real. Doesn't matter which side of the fence they're on. If they had done it or didn't do it, if they already have those vices ingrained into their bodies, they're going to lean into those vices even more, regardless if they had done it or if they didn't. If they're those kinds of people that are going to sit there and enable each other and go, let's just do these shots, let's keep drinking these beers and smoking these cigarettes to numb the pain that they have, you can look at it on both sides. It's idiotic what they're doing, what they did, or what he did. It's very, very stupid. Those cigarettes could have waited till the next day when he was sober, but they needed cigarettes. Like I said, no matter what, it doesn't help your case, my brother, Donnie Don. It doesn't work. It's not helping your case. I'm going to roll back, but we're going to continue moving forward.
In this case and for the public.
But her father is making news. Arrested this weekend on a DUI and now facing another charge of violating probation, maybe a distraction from his missing daughter's case more than anything else. The family issued a statement following his arrest saying, "Thank you everyone for the kind messages. There are no words to what each day and night is like. We needed cigarettes. It was a stupid decision. Please keep us in prayer. Keep Dawn. This pain won't go away. Thank you."
Okay, so real quick. He's also getting charged for a probation violation.
Yeah, he's had multiple charges. I have not quite figured out what they are, though.
It makes me wonder, what the heck did he do? What has he done in the past? what kind of rap sheet does he have? Does he have a rap sheet that revolves around aggravated assault or anything of that sort? Now, I saw Joy, the Joy Catcher, say something about they have children from previous relationships that were taken from them as well. I don't know if that was in context of the conversation that we're having here, or if she was responding to something in the chat. But if that's true as well, this is a very interesting story. This thing gets thicker and thicker right now live on the show. Like I said, I'm learning about this live with y'all. We're piecing this together as a family. All right.
Just
go
to
ahead.
confirm, and it may be related to the drunk driving charge, but the other three boys or other three children, as they list them, have been removed from the home at this point as of late July.
No, I know that part. I
Yeah.
thought I from my understanding,
I'm still looking for that part. I'm not sure yet.
No. I'm saying, like, I thought that there were other children that they've had outside of the children that were the three boys that were removed from the house. Like, outside of the three boys, they have other boys as well.
I'm still looking into that one. Somebody did claim that the mother's sister went missing 10 years ago and was never found. That's true. Her that happened.
Say what?
The mother's sister went missing about 10 or I guess 13 years ago. 13. Yeah. 13
You kid. Wait. Repeat that all over again. I didn't mean to interrupt with my reaction, my guttural reaction. So they got a family member that went missing 10 years ago?
The sister of the mother, yeah. Sister of the mother of Summer Wells. So her aunt, Summer Wells' aunt, went missing 13 years ago and wasn't found.
Oh, this is not good.
I'm still looking into the other children that might have been removed, but I haven't found that quite yet. I'm still looking.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if that is true. And Don's family have said, this is from Joy, and Don's family have said the conditions were horrible. And Don wanted to sell his baby boy. What?
It's one of the rumors I read about. I haven't been able to confirm that yet.
Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm just reading this off of this. We don't have any factual, articles to lean off of those theories or those accusations. But that is interesting. Oh, so Karma Justice just said, I'm sorry I can't pull it up because this is on another screen, but I'm reading you guys' and I appreciate all y'all's info, and maybe the brain David can help us with this. But she said, or they said, Don has been accused of SA by at least two of his stepsisters, starting at the age of his now missing daughter. What? Oh my!
Yeah, he was charged with on October 14th, 2020. He was charged with domestic assault, possession of a handgun while intoxicated.
Have mercy.
Some other stuff.
Oh, this
convicted
is bad.
sex offender son. What is this?
This
section.
This is bad. Oh, and try to
right.
censor yourself a little bit. I'm sorry.
So Wells.
Go ahead.
All right.
Wow.
So Wells acknowledged that on Tuesday that his 34-year-old son, Donald Wesley Wells, is a convicted offender of indecency to a child.
Wait. So at what age, what year? What was this? When was this?
This was, let me tell you again.
Because this is from Karma. Let me just say this really quick and then you can tell me. Because from Karma Justice, she said he has been accused of SA by at least two of his stepsisters, starting at the age of his now missing daughter. So what year is that? Because that must have been a long time ago. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm looking through it. He looks pretty young. He looks young in the
okay, because his daughter's 5, so he must have been I don't know, late.
Oh yeah, he's young. He's got gauges in his ears and everything. He doesn't look at all the same. At least 30 years younger, I would think.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, here we go. So the date of conviction was let's see, February 8th, 2007.
Woo!
For those charges of again, domestic assault, possession of a handgun while intoxicated, unlawful possession of a weapon after he reportedly became intoxicated, and found a male at home with his wife. Candace Wells told Deputy Kyle Shively that her husband assumed she was cheating on him, argued with them, and then he pushed her down, causing injury to her knee. Wells was leaving in a pickup as deputies arrived, but he came back while deputies were still there and was arrested.
Hold
Police
on.
said Wells was under the influence of alcohol and found in his possession a .22 caliber handgun in his pickup. He was admitted to having a felony conviction in Utah as well.
Okay,
in
hold on.
addition to this arrest.
Hold on. I need to take this down really quick. We're going to come back to this. I promise you. Can you send that link to me in the chat? I need to pull this up so that we all can see this because we need to see this proof. And you're telling me that especially the one where of him when he was younger doing whatever he did with the gauges in his ears and all that stuff. Show me that. I want to see the Carfax because here's the thing. You're telling me that Candace and Don have been together for a good long time then, because whatever he did where he assaulted a dude with a weapon, right? He assaulted somebody because he thought his wife was cheating on him. That was when? 2014? That came
conviction. The conviction was in 2007.
Okay, so when he assaulted his stepsisters, what year was that then? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm still looking for that one.
Yeah,
this was just him assaulting his wife.
This is just assaulting. Wow, hold up. I'm pulling this up. I'm sorry for the left turn, y'all, but we are, like I said, learning this as we go. So this is here. Okay, so he literally, this is them together as a fam bam.
Mm-hmm. And they both have records.
Come on, man.
In addition to the aunt of Summer Wells being missing in 2009 in a case that remains unsolved.
Karma Justice said he was 12 years old, but he was never charged. The sisters have come forward now. Where is this? Where is this? Get out of here, man. This is so bad. Oh my God, this is so bad. The Wells are messed up. Like, wow. This is bad, y'all.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I mean, that's true, too. So,
wait, it is true? Bro, look at this. Look at this. This is him. Wow, that really is him. Wow.
Okay, so this comes from a Facebook post, and this, at first view, I'm just now seeing this looks legitimate, I guess, maybe. That it does look like it might be a sister, and she's claiming that she was abused by Don during their sexual. Jesus.
Yep, essayed.
Yeah, she was essayed by him during her entire childhood.
You have? Is it a clip or is it an article or is it a word? Can you send it to me? Because I needs to see this. You feels me? This is some backwoods country bumpkin type of ish. I hate to say that, but wow. This is nuts. And this person still was able to have offspring? Like, wow. And this woman still stayed with this dude?
She stayed with him for sure, yeah.
Yeah, she stayed with him still. But then it makes you wonder what kind of woman is this though? What kind of woman is Candace though? We about to find out though in a second. I'm gonna let you know. We're gonna check out an interview, and it's amazing. But
I have a really long interview, but it does look like it's true. It's too long to really
play.
Yeah.
Well, send it to me anyway. We're gonna at least play a clip of it or a little snippet because I just need to see it. I need to see it for myself. But that's crazy because wow. So he was wow.
Okay, I'm gonna send you
charges. Pleaded guilty to a gun charge. Wow. So Candace was with a dude in the house. He felt some type of way about it. Beat that man in his crib, shoved her to the ground, and beat this man with a deadly weapon. Maybe pistol whipped him. Maybe. I'm assuming. Wow. Sorry. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to send you a small segment. Like I said, I can't verify that this is true, but it does seem to be true as far as that goes.
This is unbelievable. I'm sorry. My mind is still like, I'm like, how is this even possible, y'all? I'm sorry. Like I said, this is still a story that I've been learning about, like as we speak today on live on the show. And yeah, this is to me. Oh, this is somebody else's show.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
so I can't find the original. I don't have Facebook anymore. Well, I guess I do. I just don't have my
It's all
account
good.
active.
It's all good. No, it's all good. Wait, but so just so I know, this is the stepsister. Oh, have mercy. I can't play this, unfortunately, because this is somebody else's YouTube channel. With all due respect, I don't want to take anybody else's hard work. I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of the family. Then I'm gonna try to see if I can get a hold of the stepsisters. Real talk, because this is crazy. This is nuck and futs. Okay. He had okay. So I'm not gonna go there. We're gonna keep it there for right now. But that is interesting that he had a rap sheet. He has quite the rap sheet. That's crazy, y'all. So let's continue on with this. My God, this is a lot.
Just to clear something up. So that photo is of his actually of his son.
Which one?
The one with the gauges in the ear. So that's actually his son, who is still with the woman he allegedly abused.
Wait. So his son. So we are right. He has children from. He has children from previous relationships and all that. And this child hurt somebody else and was arrested.
So yeah, it does look like they have multiple.
Has nothing to do with this case.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he acknowledged it as part of the case. So the father, Donald Wells, acknowledged on Tuesday, when they were talking to him over the issues of this case, that his 34-year-old son, Donald Wesley Wells, is a convicted sex offender, having pleaded guilty in Arkansas in 2007 to indecency with a child. Yeah. So that's what it is.
Okay, so the indecency with a child.
Yes. Donald Wells himself was charged with the domestic assault, the possession of the handgun while intoxicated, with the wife having a guy there. That was all the father.
Okay, so the son,
the exposure, and the dude with the gauges is the son.
Gotcha. But apparently, when he was 12 years old, Donald, Papa, did some heinous things to his stepsisters at the age of 12, allegedly. And now he has a son that has exposed himself to a minor, if I'm correct, right? Right?
Yeah.
David?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. This is so the apple may not be falling far from the tree. But we're gonna continue with this because we gotta keep it moving. But man, okay.
There's like pages of stuff about them, so it's really hard to get through it all right now.
No, I know. We're doing it all live right now. So we're watching this, we're checking it out, we're seeing what the story is. So we're all trying to learn this as we go with you guys, as I've said like 15 times over. But let's continue.
News Nation reporter Ansley Daniel with WJHL in Johnson City, Tennessee, has been covering this case and joins us now live. Ansley.
Thank you for having us tonight. Yes, this is a case that really has baffled all of us here in the Tri-Cities and here in Northeast Tennessee. And unfortunately, I'm coming to you tonight with not much more information than what we had the night Summer went missing on June the 15th from her home in the Beech Creek community of Hawkins County.
And there have been a lot of rumors surrounding this case. You've covered it from the beginning. Walk us through what you do know.
So what we do know is that Summer was reported missing on June the 15th around 6:30 in the evening. Police say that she was reported missing by her father. However, her mother was the one that was at home around the time she went missing. So that's where things get a little muddy for us here in the area. So again, she was reported missing that evening. We were told that she was last seen near her home, potentially walking away from her home, and then that story again changed just a little bit. Police have not said that she has been abducted. Police have not said that anything has happened they simply just know that she was last seen at her home around 6:30 that evening. Now, a few days after she went missing, we talked with her father a few different times, but about 2 weeks after she was reported missing, we did sit down with her mother, who said that she and the two of them were outside of their home planting flowers with Summer's grandmother, so Summer's mother's mother. They were all outside planting flowers near the home, and Summer was sent back inside to go play with her brothers, and Summer's mother, Candace Bly, went back to go help her mother do something because her Summer's grandmother needed her to help. And Summer's mother said she was gone maybe 2 minutes, and she went back into the house, kept calling for Summer. Summer's brothers said that she was in the basement, and then next thing you know, Summer was gone. And other than that, we have no idea what happened to this little girl. No one has been arrested as a person of interest. The only thing that we know is that police are looking for a red Toyota Tacoma, or similar model, could potentially be maroon as well. They think that this person has some information about what happened. They could have potentially seen what happened, but they don't believe that this person that was driving that truck is a suspect.
How does the arrest of her father now impact this case?
As of now, it doesn't have much of an impact besides just gaining different attention. We have spoken with him several times, and today I spoke with him off camera, and he did, kind of attribute what happened over the weekend to heartbreak and kind of, I guess, the pressure of his daughter being missing. However, that could change in the coming days and weeks. We do know that he was arrested again today while he was at his arraignment for his DUI charges over the weekend on a violation of probation charge. However, we're not sure what exactly he violated, and we're still waiting on that paperwork. We're told that it could come at any time tomorrow.
And before I let you go, do we know what's next in the investigation? It sounds like they've been trying every avenue.
As of now, they're still looking, like I said, for the driver of that red truck that was in the area around the time Summer went missing. They believe that person potentially has some information. We've continued to circle up, obviously, with law enforcement, whether it be local, state, or even, federal levels of law enforcement. And even after a massive search that took several weeks in her community, there was no trace of the child. So now what's next is potentially going over that area, continuing to look over that area maybe one more time. We've heard that they could have possibly something in the future planned in that regard, but we also know that for the most part they are just looking to see if they have the driver of that truck who could potentially have information. And we are continuing to be told by law enforcement that as of right now, they're following up on every single lead that comes in. And like I said, we also know that, they could potentially just be circling up on leads and possibly past leads that they might, get some fresh information on as well.
What about the sons? What about the boys? What about the boys? Real quick. What about the boys? What about the other boys? They're the last to see her disappear, right? What if the boys have a little mean streak in them too? What if one of the boys is a bad apple too? You got one son that exposed himself, right? He has a rap sheet already for doing some stuff, right? Doing some unthinkable things to a minor, right? Who's to say one of the kids doesn't have the same, you see what I'm saying? Mean streak in them. You see what I'm saying?
And I just watched a brief clip of this. It's somebody else's interview again. It's an exclusive one, so we can't really watch it. But it does appear to be Donald's sister, the father's sister, and claims again. It said this is another sister claiming. So basically, there are two people that appear to be his sisters, each with in-depth private interviews that claim he was abusive of them in that way, in the like a molester type way. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I would need more time to verify these, but at first look, they both look to be true, and both interviews do kind of agree with each other that he did that to them, to the sisters.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Obviously, we got to go into this other stuff or into the interview, because we do have an interview. It's a long piece. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of the actual parents talking. This is days after I think this interview, this is like maybe about a week or so after a little bit over a week after Summer Wells disappeared, the disappearance of her. This is, like I said, you just gotta see it for yourself. So we're gonna start from the beginning. This is Candace Bly, the mother of Summer Wells. Okay, just so you guys know. Let's go.
A lot. I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her and has lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from Grandma, and she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay. And I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. And I told the boys, I said, watch Summer. I'll be back. And within 2 minutes, I came back. And I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone. I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes that are around here.
Does she seem drunk or high or something to you? And what is that hat she's wearing? That's going to drive me nuts. I'm sorry, but the hat is just, I'm sorry. But when I see something that kind of looks like something, it just makes me go, ooh, what's going on here? But hey, it doesn't matter. Still a little girl that has been missing, right? But doesn't she seem a little drunk to you? Or high as hell? You know what I'm saying? That needs to be a song. Real talk. But doesn't she seem a little off?
Yeah, she's learning a little for sure.
And I get it. Some people are upset, but they lean towards their vices, right? Even more. But damn. What? I'm sorry. I'm reading RRR saying something that Candace had a thing with a 14-year-old boy. Her oldest son living with her was 12 before they were taken. She has fetal alcohol syndrome. Sorry, it just disappeared. And lots of dope and drunk. Oh my Lord. Okay. Well, I don't know this because like I said, I'm just learning this today live on the show. I appreciate all y'all for watching the show. I see over 230 souls watching this on all platforms right now. If you're watching this, please hit that like button down below. Send these likes past 200 likes. That would really mean a lot to me. And of course, if you're watching on any other platforms, please hit that like button, that follow button. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Both of them are the Pascal Show, one word. All right. RR, I will check that out. But let me play just a tiny bit more of this real quick before I throw it over to you, David. Okay, 1 second.
Well, whoever has my daughter, I pray and hope that they have not harmed her and they bring her back to us safe and sound.
Can I just say something too? I just wanted to play a little bit of it, a little bit more of it. I'm gonna pull it over to the hubby, to Donald, here in a second. But look at her face. Like I don't mean to speculate anything, but do you see any emotion going on in her face at all? Does she have any emotions at all? Does this look like someone who is distraught, wanting to know where their daughter is? Or is this somebody who knows where their daughter be right now?
And also, I do want to point out that she has, she has her own criminal record, but there's also the issue that there are multiple reports of her saying that he abused him or he abused her. and none of those were ever followed through. So basically, she said they reconciled on each of those instances of abuse. So basically, they just told the police that they didn't want them to take care of it anymore. But it seems like the abuse was serial and periodic, at least earlier on. And it seems like once, even when it was bad, they just basically told the police to go away and that they reconciled it themselves. So there is a degree of that in her history as well. In addition to, she has her own criminal record.
True. She does have her own criminal record. These two have a rap sheet. But then at the same time, I'll say this too, just to play the other side of the fence. All right. With the look that she has on her face. I mean, clearly she looks emotionless. She looks this. She could literally just be drained. She could literally be emotionally drained right now too. That could be it too. Or just high as hell. You know what I'm saying?
There are confirmed lots of use of that in the past, at the very least.
Of use of what?
Drugs, just alcohol, and it says other substances. They don't specify what they've used.
Gotcha. Because she does look, to me, she looks high. I mean, she's her words aren't slurring too much. It doesn't, you know what I mean? I'm not getting the vibe that she's drunk. She seems a little high to me. She seems like she's high. Whether it's weed, whether it's not, whether she just took a whole bunch of Xanax or something like that to deal with the anxiety. Like prescription pills that probably weren't prescribed to her to begin with, that she just got through a friend of a friend of a friend. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That has his own local drugstore,
I do want to read this one quote. I think it's very important.
Go ahead.
Okay, so so they were basically what's up?
I said, man, this is messed up.
Yeah, it is.
The story is messed up. But go ahead.
So
and Alicia Ann just said it gets worse. I don't know if I want to follow this story. This one is a rocky road. Go ahead, man.
It looks like that. So the mother, at one point, so they have a document that says he drinks and throws things. I am afraid of being hurt. He is abusive physically and mentally towards me. I am afraid for my children and myself. My mother fears he is going to hurt her because she is staying in her camper on the property. And that was the last statement from her before they decided to mutually drop the domestic assault charges and claim that they were reconciled. That was the last official legal statement before they were fully reconciled, allegedly,
Wow. Okay. Okay. Can we? We're going to continue. We're going to go over to the guy. We're going to go over to Donald. Thank you for that information, David, by the way. Holy cow. Okay. Like I said, we're going lighter here later. I promise you that. Woo! This is a cluster F. Wow. Okay. Let's get to Donald. This is like I said, this is one of their first interviews that they ever had after the disappearance of Summer Wells. So we're looking at it. Like I said, I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this ish. If you follow or have been following this story, I get it. Y'all probably already seen all this stuff before, but I appreciate you guys walking through this with us. Because like I said, this is a fascinating story that has not been remedied yet. There has not been a body found. There has been nothing except unfolding more crazy stories behind this, right? Now, what's crazy to me too is that we just talked about a story yesterday about a man saving his daughter from a ring, right? From a trafficking ring. Saved her, right? Took the man and took that man's life. But the one thing that was crazy is that he had no record. He had no criminal record. But then, and everyone's like, yeah, man, free him. He ain't done nothing wrong, right? But you look at these two parents of this little girl, Summer Wells, and they have rap sheets, alcohol, drug abuse, etc. I'm not surprised if people are sitting here assuming that they did the dirty, that they did the damn thing. You see what I'm saying? I'm not surprised at all, y'all. Are you? I'm not surprised if the whole town's sitting there going, Look at their history. Look at their patterns. Look at what Donald has done. Let's just look at him alone. His rap sheet is incredible. You know what I'm saying? Not incredibly good, incredibly bad, right? Jaw-dropping. So, of course, everyone's going to lean towards they probably did something with, they had probably had their hand in her disappearance. If not, they said apparently that he tried to sell one of his kids. Like,
I was looking into that. There are rumors. It hasn't been confirmed.
Oh, it hasn't been confirmed. Okay.
But people have alleged that he did attempt to sell one of his earlier children, an older boy than an adult boy now.
Right.
I guess a man now. I mean, allegedly he tried to sell him. I was looking through some of the information, and it's not verified, but that there were basically people were claiming that in the community they live in. So those are the people that were saying that. However, it is not confirmed. It might just be made up. I don't know.
Have mercy. Have mercy.
I looked as much as I could, and there's no official court document or there's nothing official to resolve that either. As you can see, with previous crimes that they had within the family, they decided to resolve them themselves instead of involving the court. So there's not a whole lot of actual court records on this, just the initial documents of the interviews, and then that pretty much ends there for every single case. They have an interview, and then they drop the charges themselves against each other later, and that's kind of the cycle I'm seeing within the crimes that the family has been charged with.
We're going to continue on. Thank you for that, to confirming, making sure like this has not been confirmed nor denied. These are just speculations or rumors or conspiracies on that part of the selling of his son. But if he did try to do that, then that would make more. See what I'm saying? Then more roads would point back to the parents of what has happened here. And also a little bit just said everyone let this little girl down. I couldn't agree more. Most definitely, this little girl has been let down, not only by the entire family. I'm sorry, because there's probably some other history within the family and within the children, how they're raising those children, that has not been, reported on. Maybe the CPS has not been called on to bring those to come in to save those children. What if the family, there's a lot of DV going on inside the family home, right? Because the parents are always jacked up and high and half cocked the entire time on alcohol or any type of pills or drugs that they have in their system. You see what I'm saying? I mean, and also the other thing is too, when you see how people live, that says a lot too. If you're willing to live in a place filled with filth, what's going on with the family? You see what I'm saying? Like it just makes you wonder. People live in very interesting ways nowadays, right? But yeah, it's a heartbreaking story. Let's continue. This is Donald right off the bat.
And it was getting out of control. So we decided to shave her head off and let it grow back long. And she shaved her head. Some of the pictures.
My head, she wanted to have her head shaved like me and the boys did.
She tried to shave her head.
She tried
in
to
the
shave her
back
head
and make it. I think you can see it in some of the pictures. And it was getting out of control. So we decided to shave her head off and let it grow back long. And she shaved her head so she wouldn't feel bad. And but it didn't bother her.
He looks high as hell too. Let me say this real quick. Thank you, Karma Justice. I'll look at it in a second here. Thank you for the email. I'll see if it came through. But let me just say this really quick. Why would they have to explain all that? Or like why her head was shaved? And I feel like they capping right here. I really think that they live in a filthy home, and probably there was some infestation of lice. That's what I think. And then next thing you know, they shaved their heads, and they had to shave her head too. I mean, obviously that's just a theory, but why would the mother shave her head randomly unless there was an infantation infestation, of lice in the crib. Just saying. Now, it could also be the kids went to school, came back with lice. That happens too. But when you are already living in a house that's unkempt, that infestation could just skyrocket quick. Just saying. They seem like a family that don't really wash their bodies. You know what I'm saying? And we've had that conversation before. But let's continue. Just saying it out loud.
At this point. Well, I knew right away that she was abducted. I knew that right away. And that's what I told them from the beginning. But they have to go through their, I forget the word.
Investigation.
They have to do one step at a time, I guess. But I'm sorry that they had to spend so many man hours in these woods and everything. I've seen them limping and everything else, and I feel for them. But I just wish there was a way that neighbors could search neighbors' houses, and then if they're not willing, get a search warrant or something. But there's just no way you can search every single house, in the eastern United States or whatever. But I wish there was a way.
I've worked for the ABC.
There we go. And I think that's enough on this because, like I said, this is one of their first interviews. Obviously, things have grown since then. I got an email from Karma Justice. Thank you so much for sending these things. Of course, I got to look. Interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me just pull this up. We're doing it live. We're going to do it live. So, now the thing is I can't play other YouTube channels stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like I can't play these interviews, which I'm seeing that there's another one from a YouTube creator here. And I appreciate you sending it to me. I'm going to take a look at these for sure, just so I can see them for myself. But if there's something here, yeah, see, I unfortunately I can't play too much of this.
So I looked a little more into what allegedly they had been doing with drugs recently. There's not any exact, mostly Fox is the one that broke the drug abuse. It does go through the 90s to the 2000s. As the last conviction was in late 2000, before the 2010s, I mean. And so it doesn't go into the details of the drugs, but it does look like for about 20 years, he had a steady streak of convictions of multiple violent felonies and prison time for convictions involving drugs and burglaries in Arkansas, Utah, and Texas.
Have mercy.
As well as the case in Wisconsin, where he pleaded to domestic abuse over his with the wife over that issue, which is a strange thing because it looks like he left with the guy and then came back with the guy that he started the whole violent incident over and brought the guy back to the house, and then they hung out there for a while. I don't know, but that's what happened.
It's not good. Nothing is working in their favor right now, y'all. Not a damn thing is working in their favor. Okay. This is bad. This is a very bad look for them altogether. Worst series of events that would happen at the same damn time, right? Very, very bad. And Amy Welsh, I totally agree. I think that it would be amazing to have a language expert, right? To review the interviews, because I think they've done other interviews. And I'm trying to find what is the name of their YouTube channel. Because apparently they started their own YouTube channel. Why? Like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you start your own YouTube channel? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we have a former prosecutor analyzes this whole disappearance thing with revolving around Summer Wells. Let's take a look at this one. This is short and then we'll keep it moving, okay?
Bill Johnson, a former federal prosecutor and co-host of the True Crime Reporter podcast, joins me now. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
So this little girl just appears to have vanished into thin air. She was reportedly gardening with her family outside. What stands out to you about the Summer Wells case?
Well, I guess to begin with, anytime there's a case of this nature, it turns out in the end that the vast majority are committed by someone they knew, whether it's a family member or someone else, someone that knew them. It's very rare that a stranger abduction or a stranger incident like this take place. It does take place. And I've had several I've worked on that it's been the case. But I see this as a bit of a, for lack of a better term, a country John Benet Ramsey case where the families made statements, perhaps some inconsistent statements, depending on what you read and who you believe. But at this point, there's not enough evidence, apparently, for law enforcement to either show those statements are true, the family's being truthful, or the family's not being truthful, or that any other person they've spoken with has been truthful or not. In John Benet Ramsey's case, he just didn't have enough evidence to link an individual to the homicide. And in this case, we don't have the little girl yet. And so it's a lack of evidence that makes it hard to contradict or corroborate statements. And so far, I think that's the main thing.
And I was reading about this case. It's really interesting. This reignited the search for her aunt, Rose Marie Bly, who also vanished from Polk County in 2009. That's a pretty big coincidence on its face.
That's odd. It may be a coincidence, but things of that nature that happen within families, sometimes there's a reason to look a little deeper. And I think in this case, if I'm reading correctly, the other children, that is to say her brothers, may have been taken from the home by Child Protective Services. I've read that. If that's true, there's something more to it that we're not hearing yet. And that's something that law enforcement will have to work through. And I'm sure they are. And I'm sure there's much we don't know at this point.
Didn't law enforcement, haven't law enforcement always said that there is no such thing as a coincidence when it comes to cases? Coincidences don't really happen. That in some sort of way, things, if it's a coincidence, then they are all connected in some sort of way. Like the whole Laundry family going out to the middle of the Carlton Reserve and lo and behold, finding his bag with a notebook in it and all that crap. That being a coincidence, and that local law enforcement just sitting there straight up, turning a blind eye to it. Just kind of going, it's not a coincidence. They helped us. We found it. It's case closed. We could stop spending $200,000 a day searching for this dude now. Case closed. Right? The mother's sister goes missing. Now they have a little girl that's missing. Like, how? That's not a coincidence, y'all. That is not.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that too. The only clue, as we just heard from that reporter, in her disappearance so far seems to be that red pickup truck. The whole community has been searching. It seems like they would have found something by now. We heard from that law enforcement officer saying usually we get some sort of credible clue or tip at this point in the investigation.
Well, unless it didn't happen the way their whole basis for what they're doing is based on what I guess the family and maybe some others told them. So if that turns out to be mistaken in terms of its time or not correct, it may be that we had a case where a preacher in Texas murdered his wife and faked it as a suicide. And the time frame he gave, which law enforcement relied upon, they just fully relied upon it for the longest time until they realized he was lying about all of it. And his alibi was completely impossible forensically. And so the foundation of what we start with in a case like this sometimes is a myth. It may not be. It may be exactly correct. But if it's a myth, then everything that works from there could be mistaken. And we just don't know enough.
Okay, Bill Johnson, thank you for joining us, host of the
You're
True
welcome.
Crime Reporter podcast. We appreciate
Shout out to News Nation because they've been on this story like crazy. They've been on a bunch of other things as well. But the fact that this has been 5 months, this video itself has been was up 4 days ago. This video posted 4 days ago, and he's sitting there saying we just still don't have enough. We still don't have enough information. Says a lot. And that's just 5 months in. 5 months. And they still don't have information. That's crazy. Right? Something is afoot. Most definitely. After it's like seeing some of this information and all that. And I do have this audio clip that I'm going to play from Karma Justice. Allegedly, it is something that we need to take a listen to. And it's him talking about, it's Don talking about these SA accusations or about the SA. Real quick, I need to find her comment one last time. Hold on one second. 238. Let's see what they say here. And I'm only playing the audio, okay, guys? I'm not going to show the video, so just a heads up. Here we go.
Jeannie. Is that you said, what was her name?
My stepsister is Jeannie.
And
we did have a relationship when we were younger.
And what was?
And she's just as guilty as I am.
So
she's trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes, like she's a Miss Innocent and all this and that. Well, she's not.
What?
So walk me through that. Help me understand.
I would rather not, but so we kind of had a relationship when we were younger. Yeah, I was a bit older. I had a dirt bike, you know. I don't know how old I was exactly, but she started dating her cousin, which was about 12 years old at that time. And ever since then, she just wanted me out of the picture. Ever since then. And it started all this hateful stuff ever since then.
And how old were you?
You know, I don't know. Maybe 15, I don't know.
And how old was she?
I don't know. You know, she was a lot younger than me, you know, and I thought this, and I remember thinking this, why would, I didn't think it was right. You know, I was too young to understand how girls are too.
Walk me through that. So when you say you didn't think it was right, what were you guys?
Well, because she was younger. Because she was younger. No, she would play with my thing, and I would play with hers. I mean, that's about it. I mean,
okay.
Oh boy.
And how long did that go on?
I don't know. For a little while or whatever, but like when everything changed.
Interesting. That is some very interesting information, right? That's Don just saying, hey, this is what happened. We were kids. We were in this relationship thing. Wow. I don't that's a lot to digest right there. That's very okay. That's a lot to digest there. He ain't denying it. He ain't denying that there was a relationship between him and the stepsister, but he's saying that there was, or that something was going on. Sorry, not a relationship, but he's not denying that something went on between him and his stepsister when they were younger. But he is saying that it was a relationship, and yes, he most definitely was deflecting the hell out of that situation. Most definitely. That's crazy, guys. But all this information is revolving around this young girl and her missing. And I get it. It doesn't matter, like, you know, whether the mother and father were perfect parents or not. It's still a girl, a little girl or a little child that is missing. It doesn't matter, period. You know, when it comes to this situation, it doesn't matter with what's going on here. You know, it doesn't matter what their rap sheet is, but their rap sheets do say a lot. It depends on what their rap sheet is. You know, if it was just like, oh, you know, some other types of charges, it'd be one thing. But the fact that there is DUIs, that there are assaults with deadly weapons, and so on and so forth. Now other accusations of things when he was a child as well, says a lot. You know what I mean? says a whole lot, right? That's just strange to me, man. Absolutely strange. David, do you have anything you want to say really quick? I know your internet just dropped out, but
Yeah, I don't know. Pretty much everything we see just makes this case seem worse and worse than I even originally thought it was.
downward spiral. Go ahead. What?
It was pretty bad to begin with. So, I mean, at this point, I don't know. We have him basically admitting to molestation without seemingly any sense of self-awareness or guilt over it. And that's in addition to the abuse and the self-proclaimed current dependency on alcohol and probably other things. I don't know. This doesn't really look good. This is why, I mean, it's gotten worse since we started, but there were a few things specifically about kind of how the true crime guy was talking about, the previous prosecutor, that some of the contradictions and some of the specificity of the details just make me think he's making things up. And it is possible. And I'm saying this is possible. I don't necessarily think it's the case. And it is possible between the drugs and the paranoia and if she was actually taken by somebody else, that he's just really messed up about what he's saying and what he's thinking right now. But that's not the impression I get. I don't necessarily know what happened here. I mean, no one does. That's the problem. But I do think that he had some involvement. If he wasn't directly involved, it was due to severe negligence on their behalf that she disappeared in the first place. And they've done, I mean, in some degrees, it does seem like he's legitimately trying to find her. But at the same time, they have this, it's just so much that he's done is indicative of what. Okay, so this is basically one of those situations where people with a past like his are more likely to commit these crimes, even if they aren't necessarily guaranteed to commit those crimes. So he is more susceptible to kind of having any sort of crime with children based on what he's already said. And the lack of remorse and the lack of awareness with some of the things he said that we've recently listened to makes me think that he doesn't have a problem with the issues, with the things he's done in the past to his sisters and to these other people.
Yeah, this thing is going to continue to get weirder and weirder. I have a feeling. I just can't seem to wrap my mind around this whole thing in the best way possible. I see that, okay, I'm looking at their YouTube channel. I'm sorry. I'm just, I don't want to go there, but I'm going to go there. Why? Because, and then we got to jump into our two other stories real quick before we have to jump off. But this is their YouTube channel right here, guys. Long story short, over 8,000 subscribers. So this channel is monetized now. And they have a bunch of their stuff up here. I'm not going to play the stuff, but a part of me thinks, could it possibly be they're trying to scoop a bag? Think about it for a second. YouTube is a channel in which you can monetize. I mean, I do this show for a living. It's part of my livelihood, right? This is how I pay my bills, right? Who's to say that they aren't opening that channel up? And this is a story that keeps going that they're trying to capitalize off of. Why not make a couple bucks? Just saying, why not make a couple bucks in the meantime? So let's create this channel. Let's surround it all around our daughter. I'm just saying, I don't think it's a good look. Personally, I don't think it's a good look. I can see going on Twitter and posting some things and talking about things on Twitter or going on other platforms, other YouTuber platforms, or being interviewed on the news and whatnot to get the story out there. But when you turn it into, oh, we could turn into this, we could turn this into our own family vlog. We could be a family vlogger channel. But all of it's going to be revolving around Summer Wells. Hold on. I'm looking at this thing one last time, their channel. The one of them, it said, yep. So they got one that's talking about, Dr. Phil, right? But they had other ones on here like, man.
Have you seen this?
Hold on. Yeah. They're of course trying to raise money for billboards, and all that. And I mean, they're getting tens of thousands of views every single video that they post. And the thing is that I'm going to show this clip. I'm not going to show the audio, but I just want to show this clip real quick. This is them obviously trying to raise money to raise awareness, raise money to put a billboard out there, out in the highways. All right. Now, what I find interesting too is, thank God somebody finally told the wife, or told Candace, to remove that other hat. Because if you've noticed, I didn't want to say it earlier, but I'm going to say it now. But notice when the news was covering them, and anytime she wore that blue hat, because it had a symbol on it, and it was like, and proud of it, whatever, on top, underneath it, right? They were always shooting away from her. They never showed her face as much, or they were trying to cut off the hat because it had symbols on there that were not good for the general public, right? So they finally said, hey, sweetheart, change out the hat. You need to change out that hat. Hopefully that hat isn't something else. From my understanding, it doesn't look like it. It just looks like a regular baseball cap with some other with some other logo on it. But at the same time, like, if you're trying to get the national appeal, you're not wearing a hat with a Confederate flag on it or Confederate symbols on it. You feel me, David?
I agree, I guess. I mean, I'm sure somebody told her to take it off, especially now that it was making national news.
Exactly, because no one's going to sit there and like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the general public person, they're going to sit there and go, nope, not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? But it was, somebody just asked, was it a Confederate flag? It was not it looked like it, and it said, and proud of it underneath. You see what I'm saying? So hold on. And she was wearing an inside out shirt. Yes, she was, Joy Catcher. See, I'm not the only one who caught this. Go ahead, David. What were you going to say?
Oh, nothing. I was just going to say it looked like it did look very close to one. It had the bars with stars on it over a blue field. That's what I thought it was anyway.
Precisely, man. Precisely. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that thing again, because I had it. I just want to show that. Because even so, when they show them out in the field, like out in the park, praying together and all that stuff, they are shooting from very far away. They're not shooting her straight up. They're shooting her off to this side. They're doing profiles. They're not trying to show the hat, because the hat obviously is going to make some people feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel some type of way. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, well, maybe not, there it is. Okay, here it is. Let me show this really quick, and then we're going to move on to the next story. But this, when you see something like that it can be very polarizing on who wants to appeal to you or not. I'm just being real. Okay. So take a look at this. Boom. You don't see that right up there? It's like, I think it says rebel and proud of it. I think that's what it is. See the bars, see the stars, see the red and the blue and the white. I mean, I see this stuff quick, but as soon as like right before the show started, I was like, oh no. But
I found it.
Okay, you found it?
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
what she said. It's exactly what she said.
Exactly who? What? Sorry?
I'll send you well, I don't want to send you the shot, but it's what you said. It says rebel and proud of it underneath. And the bill has like just a repetition of the
the
thing
bars
on
and the stars on it and all that. Yeah. Like, it's not the greatest hat to wear when you're trying to get national appeal, especially when you're talking about a story of a young blonde-haired, blue-eyed Caucasian 5-year-old girl that has gone missing. If you want the world to want to bring you in and embrace you, right? You don't wear hats like this. Ever. Okay? Just saying that out loud. Just saying that out loud. But we are you know what I'm saying. So
looks like it is actually
go ahead. And they're even trying to cut her off. Like cut it off at some shots. Like earlier on, they're trying to do real tight. See, they try to keep it nice and tight on her so that you don't see that stuff on the top of her head. They tried for a little bit, but then you're shooting. You're doing it live. There's only so much you can do with it. So that's something interesting, right? Once you say so, Black community ain't going to try to help out. Let's keep it real.
The maker of the hat only sells like Confederate hats too, so it is like this is distinctly a Confederate hat. That's the only kind of hat people that make that hat make.
So, of course, when she's going on her new YouTube channel and she's going, please help us and all that, she's going to change up her look a little bit because she wants to get that national appeal so that they can keep securing the bag. That's why you create a YouTube channel. That's the only reason why I could ever see anyone trying to create a YouTube channel. I could see creating a Facebook page, where it's everything that revolves around summer, right? And hey, here's our GoFundMe and all that. But no, they're like, hey, why don't we start our own YouTube channel so we can make more money on this ish? That's exactly what happened, y'all. That's exactly what happened. I'm sorry. This whole thing does not help their case, period. They look really, really bad on so many levels. It's just worse. All right. I'm not dumb. And our family is not blind. We all see this ish. We can see through the BS. They have a rap sheet. They have a loved one that has been missing for 10 years. Then all of a sudden their daughter goes missing. They have violence and DV and SA and drug abuse, all in their rap sheets, intertwined because they together. So they in cahoots on something. They know exactly where Summer Wells is, I think. After seeing all of this, they know exactly where she is. The only reason why they're boozing and getting drunk, boozing and getting high and all that stuff is because they are overwrought with guilt. Because they know the truth. Just saying. That's my speculation. But, and I do agree, Pearl Nini. Yes, I think they are too calm and collected. They are too calm, cool, and collected for a family who has just lost the apple of their eye. So, of course, if there's more information that drops on, that hops out, I will talk about it. We will talk about it. We will cover it if something big drops. Okay. And I appreciate you guys rolling through that with me because, like I said, I was learning this live with you guys because I've only heard the name. I only heard snippets of the story, but I haven't heard all of it. So it's crazy to hear that there's more to this than meets the eye. And that there's this deep, dark rabbit hole that we just went down. So I appreciate you guys going through it with us. Anyway, we got to jump into these are two short, quick stories. Okay. One of them is Joe Budden. I don't know if you know who Joe Budden is, but he is a podcaster, hip hop artist. reality show celebrity, I guess, or past reality show celebrity, but he has a podcast. All right, and he was recently on his podcast yesterday, and this is making everybody lose their damn minds. And I think he capping. I think dude is capping hard. That's what I think. I think. Okay, I got 15 minutes with you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. So, which we will be wrapping in 15. So he went on to his show, his podcast, and he said something that I think rocked Black Twitter. He came out as bisexual. Let's take a listen to this podcast piece.
Form? I'm bisexual. Fuck okay. It's okay now. You got okay? You got okay? How do I spread this news? How do I spread the word?
I think you got to call the CEO.
Yo, yeah, listen. You got to make sure it's okay. I like guys and girls. Spread the word. I'm down.
Remember, this was the first time he returned to the forum.
So you heard that, right? He has come out as bisexual. And Twitter, social media, just lost its mind. Let me tell you something. Context is everything. Context is everything. Now, what they were talking about is the fact that before he said this comment, they were talking about DaBaby and how DaBaby is being welcomed back into the LGBTQ's arms, like he is finally getting uncanceled. All right. And he is going to New York's Rolling Loud concert series. All right. In New York City. And so as soon as they were talking about it, he said this. I'm going to repeat it one more time.
You got okay? You got okay? How do I spread this news? How do I spread the word?
I think you got to call the CEO.
Yo, yeah, listen. You got to make sure it's okay. I like guys and girls. Spread the word.
Now, here it is. If you don't know the history of Joe Budden is a troll. Joe Budden is known to just talk and shoot from the hip. A lot of people don't get his sense of humor, right? There have been many, many accusations thrown at him about how he is when he talks to women, his personality, right? Some people just don't like his personality. So the fact that he has just said, yo, I'm bisexual, I like men and women, come at me kind of thing. Like, I know, like, what's up? Man, this is just a full-on joke. But, of course, people who are watching these podcasts lose their damn minds. David.
Yeah, I just sent it to you over a private chat, but you got some comments from specifically DaBaby that really set a lot of this in motion. So I don't know if you want to read them off or just show them. Can't really say everything in it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's going to be censoring, if I got to censor, I totally understand that. Wait, he said it in here?
Well, I mean, it's written in there what he said, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
There's not a video.
No, I know.
Skip down to it's like the fourth paragraph. If you don't show up today.
Okay, yeah, because of course, the reason why he was saying these things is because, and I think he was being, being facetious, is because, DaBaby during a last summer's Rolling Loud concert in Miami, DaBaby said something along the lines of, if you didn't show up today with HIV or AIDS or any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 or 3 weeks, then put your cell phone lighter up in the air. Then he said, fellas, if you ain't S&Ds in the parking lot, put your cell phone lighter up. And then another person added, let's be real. Let's be real about this ish. Some of y'all N-words are suspect as a mother effer. Now, he said these things, and that got him canceled hard. Well, not really canceled, but canceled-ish. Canceled adjacent. Let's just say that. All right. And so a lot of people in the LGBTQ plus community got really upset about this, went after him, trying to get him not to be involved with all this stuff. So now Rolling Loud has been saying, hey, come on back, DaBaby. We good. We got a concert going on in New York City. And then, of course, Joe Budden is talking about this, and he says, yo, I'm bisexual. He was being stupid. He was capping. He was being dumb. He was making a stupid joke, right? But everybody and their mama is taking this and saying, bruh, Joe Budden's bisexual? Here it is. I'll tell you this, though. If Joe Budden came out as bisexual, meh. Like, real talk, my natural reaction when I saw it as a headline, before I saw this clip, I said, whoa, Joe Budden is bisexual. Meh. Okay, and like, I didn't care. I mean, nowadays, we live in a world now where bisexual is just part of the norm. It doesn't matter. And that's good, right? We live in we live in a world where coming out as trans, bisexual, gay, any part of the LGBTQ plus community, it's not like some huge shocker, unless it was somebody who was like, somebody who has been emulating the most straightest of straight, right? And then all of a sudden says, I'm gay. Yeah, then everybody will be like, whoa, you see what I'm saying? Surprise, surprise type ish, right? It's like if Vin Diesel or The Rock came out and said, I'm gay. We would be surprised, right? But Joe Budden, no, I'm not really that surprised. If he's bisexual or not, I don't care. Nor does it shake my world, right? The actor from Harold and Kumar, Cal Penn, I think his name is, just recently came out as gay. Mind you, like over the Halloween weekend. Mind you, when he said that, I said, okay, and I was just like, cool, good for him. I'm happy for him. I didn't go, oh my God, Kumar's gay. No, it didn't mess my world up. I was like, okay, cool, come on.
He's getting married too, I think.
And he's getting married with his boyfriend that he's been with for 10 plus years. And I'm going, okay, baby, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But like, you feel me? But if you're sitting there going, oh, being gay is wrong. Like if DaBaby came out as gay, you see what I'm saying? Then it'd be like, what? It'd be a surprise. Joe Budden, to me, no shade. I don't want no smoke. I'm not trying to throw any shade at Joe Budden. I'm just saying I would have been like, yo, that's just okay. Okay. But in this particular video, this dude capping like a mug. He is just having fun. He's just being stupid. He is being Joe Budden. He is being as Joe Budden can be. Do you feel me? David?
No, I mostly agree. It doesn't really matter to me one way or the other.
See what I'm saying?
If he is.
He capping.
Yeah.
He capping, y'all.
I thought it was kind of funny though, just because even Madonna and Elton John were coming down on DaBaby. Elton John coming down on you. That's pretty crazy. Then,
what DaBaby said, I think what he said on that stage was wrong. I think it was really messed up, and I think he deserved all the type of backlash that he was getting at that time. You have one of the most powerful microphones in the world right now, where everybody's listening to you. Gay or straight or part of the LGBTQ community. Everyone's listening to your music, rocking to your music when they're at the gym or at the club. And it doesn't matter what sex or sexual preference you have. There is a responsibility that you have. And he went up there and ruined his spotlight by saying certain things like this. So, yeah, I'm surprised, that Rolling Loud brought him back, but at the same time, maybe he said, hey, I'll do Rolling Loud for less. You never know. He's like, I'll do Rolling Loud for free, just to say my bad, right? But he has a responsibility. As much as he is, just because he's just a hip hop artist, does not mean he doesn't have a responsibility on that microphone too. If he's inspiring young ones, right, as being a role model, like he could be a reluctant role model for all we know. But at the same time, he cannot deny the fact that he has a responsibility every time he gets on that mic. Now, Dave Chappelle had a point, though, right? This man killed a man. We're talking about DaBaby. This man killed a man, right? No one canceled him for taking another man's life. But when he got on that mic and said those things, he got destroyed. Now, I agree. On both occasions, he should have been canceled, right? But what he said on that microphone was wrong. And I see what Joe Budden's trying to say, because he's like, well, I don't want to get canceled. You know, I'm bisexual, right? It's that instant joke of, we all fear that if we have an opinion that is maybe against the LGBTQ plus community, that we're instantly on the chopping block of being canceled. That's why he made that joke. But it's a joke. Maybe a poorly executed joke. Probably a poorly delivered joke, but it was a joke nonetheless.
The last thing we got from him, at least that I've seen, was a Twitter message from Budden saying, I see the word got out. Continue to spread the word, please.
Capping.
Yeah.
He capping. He's just like, sure, I'll go viral. I'll trend on Twitter on this. It's only bringing more ears to my channel and ears to my podcast. So I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? I am winning. But anyway, let's move on to our last story. I don't know. Did you send it to me? Maybe you didn't.
I think so. I'll double send it just to be sure.
Yeah, please do. Maybe you did, but it was in Twitter, I think. It could have been.
Send it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Grazie. Oh, this is nasty. Okay, love that chicken from Popeyes. So we got another story, one last piece. This is just gross, y'all. This is a old 80s term. This is grody. All right. All right. So there is a story of a Popeyes terminates franchise agreement with a DC restaurant operator after viral rat video. So a Capitol Hill location of Popeyes, this is in Capitol Hill, y'all. Damn. Was recently shut down following a viral TikTok video showing rats scurrying all over the kitchen. Now, a spokesperson for the fried chicken chain says they've taken action to terminate the franchise agreement with the restaurant operator who only runs that specific location. Thank you, Jesus, because some of y'all have multiple locations, okay? So The Hill is home. The Hill is a home blog. The Hill is home blog. Oh, The Hill is home blog posted a photo yesterday of someone taking down the Popeyes sign. Popeyes says the location is being closed indefinitely. So we got to look at this video because this thing is just gross.
Y'all want to see something?
Hold on, y'all.
I deliver all raw chicken.
What the heck? No, I'm trying to fix this. Man, hold up. What?
Nobody wants to see
No.
Canceled.
Damn it. Hold on. I'm trying to pull this up. It's not being my friend, though.
Wow, this is killing you.
Damn. Okay. Hold on. We're going to pull it up another way. Mother. Hold on.
Weird.
That's so annoying. But we're gonna make it work. We're gonna do what it do. Okay. Okay. I got it now. Shoot. That's annoying as hell. Last video of the day. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. That would really mean a lot. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Here we go, guys. Oh. All right.
Y'all want to see something? I deliver all raw chicken to all the Popeyes in the DC area. It's this joint right here. It's this joint right here. That's some wild shit. All right, we going there. Go in there. Watch this shit right here. All right, y'all ready? This is Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Look.
Oh, snap.
Oh, damn.
Did you see that? Bruh. Bruh. Come on now.
Look at them. Oh,
Jeez.
my God.
That's like Ratatouille's entire family, by the way.
Look at them.
That's nasty.
They all in that chicken.
Look at them. Look at them motherfuckers. You still love that chicken from Popeyes? Because these motherfuckers is in here. I swear. They still. Huh?
They fired this guy for warning everyone.
What did you say?
And they fired this guy for warning everyone.
Damn. They up that motherfucker. Love that chicken from Popeye.
I don't know what happened. I think I lost David or something like that, but the reception has been a little nutty. I guess I lost him. But y'all, here it is. Here's what I think on this, okay? This is just straight up nasty, okay? Straight up nasty. The one thing I'll say is, though, is this. What about the guy who was delivering the food? So he'd been there enough times to know that the food was infested with rats, like that restaurant was infested with rats, that he knew for a fact that without a shadow of a doubt that he was going to show up maybe the very next day to drop off food or to deliver food to find those rats again. He was able to pull out the phone and show that again. It's not like he walked in there, they ran off, and then he walked out and walked back in, and they were out in the cut, chilling in the Popeyes cut again. Hell to the no. They literally, straight up, he literally knew about this already. Why wasn't he making the report about this a long time ago? You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense to me, man. It don't make sense. How does this guy go from having, knowing that the Popeyes is infested with rats and keep going and dropping off food over there? He known that for a few days, man. He at least known it for at least a day or two. So why not go and make that, let the people know? Why not go and hit up health services, health, all that stuff? Why did that happen? You see what I'm saying? So you said something about the guy getting fired, right?
Yeah, he got fired for releasing this video.
He should have gotten fired. He should have got fired because of not even reporting it.
Yeah.
You got to remember, he's dropping off food. He's dropping off meat. He says, I deliver meat to the restaurants. He's like, oh, you got to see this ish. And he shows this. So clearly he's been knowing it for days.
That's true.
At least a few days. Come on now. So yeah, you get fired. I mean, it sucks that you got fired and, you got a nice little viral TikTok video out of it, but at the same time, you still got fired.
And you want to know the funny thing? They didn't get closed down because of the rats. So the DC Health Department visited the property where they found 17 violations. There were rat droppings near the grease bin, and but it wasn't the rats that got it shut down because they found raw chicken and hazardous foods were stored at warm temperatures, basically. So they already had they closed it for salmonella, basically, not for the rats.
You know what's so sad about this? This ruins my whole experience with Popeyes because Popeyes is delicious. Do you understand how delicious Popeyes is? And now I can't even eat that ish no more. But I have made my own comments about Popeyes. Rolling up to a Popeyes, it does feel a little bit. It's a little difficult. No, seriously, it really is. Actually, that makes me think of something. Let me throw this up really quick. It makes me think of old school. Hold up.
Just glad since I moved here, there's not a Popeyes close, so I haven't had any in like 4 years.
And I'm telling you, it's some delicious stuff. I'm just saying.
I used to get their wings all the time when I lived in
some delicious stuff.
Texas.
You missing out, man. You missing out. But wow, this is some old school stuff. Hold on. This is taking me back. Wow. This is wow. This is an old video. Wow. Sorry. We were talking about how chicken. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Like I said, this is an old video. This is 3 years old. Wow. But I was talking about Popeyes and how the chicken sandwich was a big craze, like it was always selling out and all that. But let me from 3 years ago explain it a little bit more. Let me say it a little bit more here. But this is my experience going to Popeyes. They had everything. Every time I go to Popeyes, it's like,
welcome to Popeyes.
Let me get 2 chicken sandwiches, man.
Yeah, we out of that chicken sandwich.
Y'all are out. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me get some. Let me get a 3-piece dark meat.
Yeah, we out of chicken.
The hell? Man, can I get some biscuits?
Yeah, no biscuits, neither.
You ain't got no biscuits? Man, can I just get a glass of water or something?
Nah, we don't have any water.
You're out of water. Man, just
we ain't taking no cash, no cards, nothing but pennies.
Okay, so that's my experience on going to Popeyes. I'm just gonna be real. My experience with Popeyes is exactly like that. Every time I go there, they happen to they don't have nothing a lot of times. All right. So love that chicken from Popeye. The red beans and rice is fire, but at the same time, like, you just ruined it all for me. I can't experience that no more. Like, the rats just ruined it for me. You missed Church's chicken?
Yeah, man.
Bruh.
I don't like KFC. That's like the only close
You don't
thing
like
here.
seasoning. Then you don't like seasoning. You don't like seasoning.
Why say that?
Because you don't like seasoning. Church's chicken ain't got no seasoning, man. There ain't no seasoning. David.
I have to eat like a pound of chicken a day. I can take what I get.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me, man. Woo! Oh my God. Oh, wow. Larry Reed Live. What's up, man? Thank you so much for the $100 wow. The $100 super chat. Thank you so much, man. If you guys don't know about Larry Reed, y'all need to go and check him out. I'm telling you, you will be entertained. You will be moved. He is a very talented individual. Also, shameless plug, but I did have an interview with him. He invited me into his home. We got to sit down and chop it up. And if you haven't gotten a chance to check that out, please go and check it out. Okay. But again, thank you so much for the $100 super chat. Larry Reed Live. He says, work, man. Yeah, I'm working. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Okay. I'm working hard out here in these streets. But anyway, yes, you, bruh, don't get me upset here, man. Church's Chicken ain't got no seasoning. I'm just going to say that one last time.
Just add it when you get home.
It's not the same, baby. Like, it's got to be ingrained. It got to be in the, you see what I'm saying? It got to be in that batter.
Yeah.
It got to be in there. You can't, have you ever tried?
You can always sprinkle the, I don't know if I'm losing the internet again, but you can always sprinkle just red pepper on top of the sauce. It's always good.
No, it's not this. You need the seasoning in that ish. You need the seasoning in the batter. You know what I mean? Or at least in the chicken. So when you bite into it, you're getting something nice and see, he got cut out. See, this is what happens. This is why it happened. You know what I mean? Exactly, bruh. Because you got nothing, David. You got nothing. You can't say nothing about nothing right now. You know what I mean? The internet is saving your ass right now because Church's Chicken ain't got ish. Here's the thing, everybody. This is the important part. This is the important part. Are you back with me? There it is. See?
So.
The internet saved your ass. The internet saved your ass. I'm just saying, it saved your ass. Because you're non-seasoning. Man. Church's Chicken ain't got no seasoning. I'm sorry. Okay. And then if you were to sprinkle, like try to season, try to throw salt on an eggshell. Just seriously, just throw it on there. It's not the salt ain't gonna, you know what I mean? It's not gonna stick to the eggshell. It's just gonna bounce off. It's the same thing with Church's Chicken, the fried chicken. You try to throw seasoning on it, you're literally gonna have to like line it up and then eat, because the thing, gently put it onto the chicken and then eat. Why? Because the salt is just gonna bounce off. It's on the floor. You're seasoning your floor. Do you understand that?
So that's what you need. You need something like sriracha or like one of those Asian chili sauces, so you can just cover it in there when you dip it in.
A sauce, fine. Yeah. But that's still not the same. You're still putting a Band-Aid on top of a very, very big problem. All right? A very huge wound. I'm just saying. You're missing out, bruh. You're missing out. Dag nabbit. I'm just saying. That's why. Love that chicken from Popeye, because it used to be good until I saw Ratatouille up in this piece trying to cook while after hours. You know what I mean? He's trying to have his own party up in this piece, man. No,
you got to add a Pascal chicken rub to the store,
right? But see, the chicken rub would be rubbed into that ish way before it got battered up and dropped into a fryer, not afterwards. Okay, my lovely brothers and sisters, okay, of the congregation, since now we had Larry Reed in the room, you know, of the congregation, I must say, you have to season your food, especially the chicken, before you put it in the batter. Then also, on top of that, you got to make sure that the batter is seasoned too. What? I'm telling you, you're going to have a much more tastier fried chicken. I don't understand why people can't learn this stuff. Why can't you just sit down and Google it, love? Just Google. You're going, why is my fried chicken so bland? Why? Google it. Trust me. You'll thank me later. You'll be like, oh, I have to do this? Word? I've been doing this wrong the entire time. You're like, exactly. You know what I mean? I don't understand why people don't want to season their ish. Come on, man.
There you go. Make a seasoning book and put it on the store with your own spices and everything. You can get your own Pascal's chicken going.
The title of my book, and I'd be like this the entire time, would be "Season Your Shit." That would be it. That would be what it's called. Like when it comes to steaks, season your shit. When it comes to all this stuff, season your shit, please. Damn, Church's Chicken needs to tear a page out of Popeyes, even KFC, even though I don't even touch that stuff now because I think that stuff is nasty. Or any of the other.
They got rid of their potato wedges. How do you get rid of your potato wedges?
Who saw what? Who
KFC.
got what?
They don't have potato wedges. That's stupid.
Well, here's my problem. Here's my gripe about Popeyes. They don't have mac and cheese. They don't have mac and cheese, yo. They don't have mac and cheese. That's my problem. That's my biggest problem with Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Love it. But why don't you have mac and cheese? You got the red beans and rice. Fire. You got the mashed potatoes. Fire. You got the greens. Cool. Fire. You got corn. Fire. And the biscuits, though. Fire. But you don't have mac and cheese? Explain that to me.
I don't get that one, I have to admit.
Thank you. The only place that I've seen that has fire mac and cheese from the fried chicken fast food joints, all right, is KFC. Sorry, I said it. I would literally go to Popeyes, get the chicken. Well, not anymore. I mean, now I feel like I'm gonna be biting into a rat. But anyway,
Probably would be.
I probably would, right? I used to go to Popeyes, then go across the street, drive all the way across the street, literally go, and then go into the parking lot across the street to KFC so I can get a large mac and cheese. I'm not kidding you.
Nice.
I'm not kidding you, because it's not the same. You can't have fried chicken without mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it straight funky.
There's this like one cart that's it's like a mile down the street or whatever. They don't actually, you can't eat in, they just deliver mostly. But it's always like basically macaroni and buffalo chicken and mixed in different ways. So I love going to that place. You can just get this big bowl full of macaroni with like all these cheeses mixed in and just piles of like buffalo chicken on top. It's good.
This makes you proud of using that bathroom about an hour later. You're like, yep, that was the most delicious 5 cheese mac and cheese in my life.
It was. Does work on you, that's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it puts, hey man, you blast ass, you gaseous. You know what I'm saying? You on that toilet just sweating, but you're proud. Oh my God.
Good,
what a Friday. What a Friday. Anyway, guys, that is the show. Oh my God. We had to leave. We had to go off on a fun note. You know what I'm saying? We had to. We just had to, y'all. I mean, it was just a have to. But anyway, if you guys feel us on that whole thing about fried chicken, and if you don't know about seasoning that ass, okay? Season that ass. Season your shit. Pardon my French, but I have to say it passionately. Okay? Season your shit. Please. You'll thank me later, and then every black person that comes to your crib, if you happen to be not black, all right, they will thank you for it later too. I'm telling you. Okay? Season your shit. And Church's chicken is trash. Anyway, oh my God. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I really do appreciate all y'all for sitting through and going through that journey with us with that first story. It really does mean a lot. Oh, we got a super chat real quick before we get going. Sonny James, thank you for the $10 super chat. She said, oh, wow. Fast food is the most destructive, underrated psyop. Wow. Does the FBI count crimes committed in the names of fast food? America needs to go back to local farming, mom and pop places. I do agree. Like, as of recently, because of learning about certain things, like especially like Michael Jackson, McDonald's, especially like McDonald's, fast food. What are they doing? Like McDonald's, man, they got chemicals in there that they use to make tires in their food.
I just had McDonald's too.
I know, isn't that crazy? It's so delicious and it's so cheap and it's made so quickly, but they make it's terrible. It's terrible for you. Same.
I love that. They got that $1 spicy chicken sandwich.
What are you gonna say? I'm sorry.
They got that $1 spicy chicken sandwich. That's good. Or like $1.50, I think it is.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you guys, that is something that they just broke like last week.
Damn, I didn't know that.
It's a full-on story. Chemicals that they use to make rubber tires are in McDonald's food. I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to tell her. Obviously, we are not endorsed by McDonald's, but like I said, the chemicals that are in the food that we're eating in McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and Burger King, y'all. Burger King. Those three. Same chemicals are the same chemicals that they use to make rubber tires. Those things you are ingesting into your body. Real mother-loving talk. I still do think as well that KFC is not real chicken. Still to this day, I still feel like it's synthetic chicken, if you will. You know what I mean? For lack of a better term. That's why I really love that chicken from Popeyes. But now I hear this whole thing about Ratatouille up in this piece. I ain't feeling that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to continue to make my own fried chicken, which is fire as well, because I season that ish. David, go ahead.
I was going to say, it sounds like none of the chicken sandwiches anywhere are safe. I guess you can get the chicken taco still, maybe.
What
fried
tacos?
chicken? They got that fried chicken taco now. It's on like,
where?
Like spicy Taco Bell.
See, Taco Bell's another conversation too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and say Taco Bell is just like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these fast food joints are cutting corners, and they're cutting corners so that they can make more money, not to have you go, man, that's the best taco I ever had. No, they're just going, hey, as long as it satiates, satisfies whatever is going down deep down in your loins, so that you can come back and buy more of this ish. And we got to preserve the food so that it can have a longer shelf life. So let's just pump it with as much crap chemicals as we can. Hence, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Burger King, chemicals that they use to make tires that are on our cars. We are ingesting in that is in that food that we are ingesting. Just so you know, look it up. It is an actual truth. So I told myself, I'm taking some time off from that kind of well, I'm not going to be touching McDonald's anytime soon. I'm going to be real straight funky, unless that's like I'm on a road trip and I have nothing else to eat except that. You know what I mean? In fact, that's when you make little snacks. You become your mom and you make those little sack lunches so that when you're doing those long road trips, you just already have a sandwich right there. You don't have to go over to McDonald's and eat nothing. I will tell you this, though. I will miss the fries, though. Damn, those fries are fire. Those are fire. But I do think that they sacrificed the lamb to whatever French fry god to make them so good. Or maybe they worship the devil. So that's why the fries are so damn good. I don't know. Something about
demonic salt or something.
It's demonic. It's demonic, man. But here's the other thing, though. Why are they so damn good? David, just say it for me. We just learned it today. Children, all together now. David.
Because they spice their meat.
Because they season their fries, man. That's why those fries are fire. They season that ish.
They cook it in the meat sauce or the meat oil sometimes.
It's animal grease or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's animal oil or whatever the hell it is. It's not great for you.
Yeah,
it's not good for you. But damn, is it good. Damn, does it taste good. But they season they ish. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, David, thank you so much for coming on. I'm glad I was able to, teach some people a cooking lesson through you, David. You're just like, just put the salt on the fried chicken. That stuff's just gonna bounce off like it's a bulletproof vest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All over the floor, your table. You know what I mean? You might have to lick it a little bit and then roll it into the, you know what I mean? Roll it in the salt on the floor or on the table, so you can actually enjoy that damn fried chicken. But season your stuff before you throw it on the fryer. Just so you know. Damn. Anyway, all y'all have a blessed and wonderful weekend. David, love you, man. I appreciate you coming on.
That was a good show.
Season your shit, guys. It's time to get going. All right. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very soon. Safe weekend. Have a safe and prosperous weekend, guys. Do something positive for somebody out there. You know somebody needs that help, and somebody needs that positivity. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
You're going to perform tonight. I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, Me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. For more information, call us now.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.